this. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, and Superman arose the suit before he lives. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. So she said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. I want something just like this. Where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can get. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like
I'll undress you 'cause you're tired, cover you as you desire. When you fall asleep inside my arms, may not have the fancy things, but I'll give you everything you could ever want. It's in my arms. So baby, tell me yes, and I will give you everything. So baby, tell me yes, and I will be all yours tonight. So baby, tell me yes, and I will give you everything. I will be right by your side. If I can't find a cure, I'll fix you with my love. No matter what, you know I'll fix you with my love. And if you say you're okay, I'm gonna hear you anyway. Promise I'll always be there. Promise I'll be the cure.
And welcome to class, everyone. And give me 1 second. My camera froze on me.
Rub your feet, your hands and legs. Let me take care of it, babe. Close your eyes, I'll sing your favorite song. I wrote you this lullaby. Hush now, baby, don't you cry. Anything you I'll fix you with my love. I'll fix you with my love.
Here we go. We should be back in business. Sorry about that. Sometimes my connection from my camera to the streaming software gets a little out of whack, but thanks for your patience. Welcome to this beginner cardio mix class. Got a great one today, and it's not just for the beginner. I know sometimes the title can kind of be a little underwhelming for some individuals maybe, but today the idea with this is we're going to have the beginner component, the beginner theme, but as we go, some of the exercises will have progressions to them. So I will demonstrate those progressions, and you can start and stay with the beginner format, or you can move into the more intermediate or the advanced option. So nice little workout that we have for us today. So it'll be about full 40 minutes based on the timer. So let's get into our warm-up here, and we're going to keep it simple, quick, starting with a march. So just marching in place, just to start moving the body. Awesome. Keep it here for just a little bit longer. We're going to add in the high knee. Now, this is the option for any like jumping or running type motions if you want to eliminate that high impact option. Let's bring the knees up and that higher knee march. So again, if there's an exercise that you were running, like butt kicks, high knees, even just a basic jog, feel free to stay in a marching fashion. All right, let's go into a jog now, picking up the pace. But with this being a beginner-oriented workout as well, not only with the progression, but the setup of exercises and rest periods will be more of a beginner format as well. So every exercise, to allow for that cardio, that repetition aspect, will be 40 seconds long, and then there will be a 20-second rest between each exercise. Let's go to a side-to-side now. So just kind of a step touch, starting right here, and we'll add in the arms. We have 8 different exercises within a group. And then after those 8 exercises are completed, we'll take a 30-second rest. Arms up overhead, getting that reach, stretching out those lats. Now, being that it's cardio mix, we do have some strength type exercises involved. If you'd like to progress those, the best way to progress those is using a set of dumbbells. I'll throw in some other alternatives, horizontal reach, that don't include dumbbells, just as options and alternatives. But again, that is an option for some of our strength-based exercises. Into some butt kicks here. Again, if you'd like to, feeling free to stay right here with just that kind of marching, stepping aspect to butt kickers. We're going to heel to the glutes. I'm going to turn this into a run.
Trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. She tells him your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life.
Keep it going.
You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I've got to do. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby. Don't you
Let's slow it down here. One arm across the body. Switch after you pause and hold for about 1 to 2 seconds. So as you can see underneath me, a yoga mat is all you need. If you'd like to, all you need for equipment today, one more each side. And last of our warm-up exercises into jumping jacks. The alternative is that step, so the step touch of that leg. Oh, I always like to throw this in as well. The weight shift, stepping out, back together, as the other alternative to jumping jacks. So a few more seconds here. we're gonna get into workout. So the plan is to go through 3 different groups of exercises twice, depending on the time. I plan for 6 total rounds. We might get to 5, but we will see. Happy Friday! Welcome, Elisa. So, first exercise will be just a standard jog. Like I said at the beginning, feel free to use that march component if you'd like. Again, some exercises will be standard, whether you are beginner or advanced, but other exercises will have that progression component, and I will do the best I can to go through those within the first 15 seconds. So let's have a great workout today. It is Friday, like Elisa said. I'm gonna get that timer started, and we're gonna rock and roll with a jog. So again, I will always try to start from that basic level. Marching is that option here, or just a basic jog, whatever you're comfortable with. Now, music is set for about 130, 134 beats per minute. A little bit high for cardio oriented. But no matter the tempo of the music, feel free to just pace things out yourself as you need to. One, excellent. So that nice rest here as we move to the next exercise, the Heisman. So this is a 3 to 5 step side to side exercise where you take your 3 to 5 steps, hit the brakes, and then go back the other direction. Make sure you have some space right to left, and also make sure you don't trip on anything, making sure you pick your feet up. Now, beginner level, just keep those feet low and just take those little steps. To climb the ladder of progression, that's where you bring those knees up and move side to side. Awesome. Making sure you pump your arms and breathing. Rhythmic breathing pattern through the exercise. Excellent. Well done. Next one, jumping jacks. Again, that first option here, leading it off with just tapping the toe to the ground, still doing the jack arm motion. In 2, 1, here we go. So that first progression here, and then dialing up a little bit into the actual jumping. Awesome job. Keep up the good work. Again, keep the pace. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9. All right, to the floor here. One of our first strength exercises. We'll do push-ups. So, kneeling is always the first progression. So, in that kneeling position, back flat, nice straight line from head to kneecaps, and you're lowering down and pushing back up. And then second progression is in that basic plank on hands and toes and lowering down and pushing back up. We're halfway through here. And again, it's your pace. I encourage you trying to get as much depth as you can. If you can only go halfway, stick with halfway and work with it, getting lower and lower each time, each day.
I had a dream, we were
All right. Back on our feet here. Into another high knee, or our first high knee. So, with this one, marching first, as the first progression, really trying to lift and get those knees up to that line where the crease of the hip comes. And then our high knee as a jogging form. Nice job. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, another strength exercise here. Squats. So this one will start at its basic level. So feet shoulder width apart. Toes can be slightly turned out. So we're sinking our hips back and down as we sink to our depth, about thigh parallel to the floor. So like I said, this is one of those strength exercises that if you have it available, utilize the dumbbell, or if you want to increase the intensity, the next step that I would give for you is progressing into a squat jump. So down and up, pushing to the ground, getting that lift off, and jumping after you do the squat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right. This next one, a squat jack. So, legs moving like we do with our jumping jacks. So starting with our first level here, it'll be just more of a squat position and stepping out wide, stepping again. Now, progress this into the actual squat jack, the jumping motion. So you're out, tap in, out, tap in. Each time as you bring those legs out, you're sinking down into that squat. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, to the floor. Our 8th exercise will be a core exercise. And for today, just a standard plank. Progression 1, we'll be up on our hands, more of that full body conditioning. So we get the shoulders involved, the arms involved, as well as the core. Now to provide some progression here, you might think, oh, go down to your elbows, which it is. But if you'd like to, my progression for you today is reaching those hands out in front of you, removing that stability from underneath your armpit to out in front of your body. Three, 2, 1, and into our first rest. Awesome job. We're gonna go through that same set one more time. And feel free to progress or stick with the exercises you were doing the first time through. But as we take this little rest here, just as a note, feel free grab water at any point. I really want you guys to stay hydrated throughout the workout. Into that jog. So again, starting with that march. And again, this should be different than our high knee option, meaning knees are in that lower, more natural position. Or that next step up, just our standard jog. Done. On the arms, let's go.
people would say to accept their fate. Well, if this
3,
is fate, then we'll find a way to cheat.
1.
'Cause say you in the tank.
Into that Heisman shuffle.
If the answer
So 3 to 5 steps left to right. And again, keeping the feet low to the ground, more so kind of stepping or shuffling, or adding in more of that bounce to your step. So again, that low Heisman, right to left,
you can stop the tears from
or
falling down.
picking the feet up as if you're stepping in and out of bar tigers.
When you weary and the road is dark, and I'll guide you with the beating
That's
of
it.
my heart.
10 more seconds here. Let's keep it going.
The help don't come. Then we find a way to dodge this moving gun.
3, 2, 1,
Say you in the
and 4. Nice job. Into those
answer is
jumping jacks.
when you need somebody. But you can't stop the tears from falling down.
Starting with our basic level progression here. Or if you want to, getting right into the jumping jack.
You can't stop
So
the tears
option
from
1,
falling down.
this is still that side step. It's kind of a progression to the first one, but still a little more on that beginner side. More maybe jumping jack form. Four, 3, 2, 1. All right, to the floor for our push-ups. Now, as you can imagine, there are many, many progressions, different variations too, for all of our exercises. I'm just sticking today with some of our basic ones. So with the push-ups here, progression 1, or up on the toes, progression 2. Good. Here we go. Last few repetitions here. Time. Back on our feet for that tiny exercise. So, starting with that march if you'd like. Again, making sure that this one is different than the first jogging exercise we did. Lifting the knee up. Here, or with the jog. Yeah, keep pushing yourself. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Nice work. All right. Into our squat. So again, feet shoulder width apart. We're sinking back down through the heels. Trying to stay grounded through that portion of our foot. Again, feel free to use dumbbells if you'd like as optional progression, or adding in that jump into the squat jump. Excellent. Last 15 seconds. Make sure we're pushing those knees out as we squat down. Keeping the chest and shoulders up. Into those squat jacks. So, that beginner level again, starting in that low squat position, and out, in, trying to bring the feet back underneath the hip bone. Or the main squat option, squat jack option. Ten more seconds. All right, to the floor here for our plank. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Starting on those hands and toes. Keeping the core of the stomach nice and tight. Again, with this one, our progression is not going down to the forearms. It's walking the hands out, holding this extended plank position. Three, 2, 1. Beautiful. That rest here. That first series is done. We're going to move on to some different exercises. So first exercise, we're going to start with butt kickers. This butt kicker exercise can have that marching component, and I'll walk us through those levels. So here we go. Now, if you're starting with that march, it can very well be just nice and in place, or I always prefer it being a little more of a side to side, using a hamstring to pull the heel from the glute. There's always that more running option. And so. Four, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Lateral lunges next. So another strength exercise. This one we're going to be stepping and alternating right side and left side. So in that centered position, let's step out, landing flat on the foot, sneaking our hips back and down behind us, pushing back to center, and then stepping out and doing the same thing on the other side. Just like our squats, trying to achieve your depth, your greatest range of motion that you can. So go all you can eat, fill up your bag and I fill up a plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and sour and how your family is doing okay. Leaving, getting a taxi, think it's in the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. Good step. This is a one-legged exercise to try to utilize that leg to come down on and push to the ground and stand you back up. Nice. All right. A little footwork exercise called scissors. With this one, the progression 1 will more so be just a step back, a small step back. So step back, just like so. Just to decrease this high impact option, with scissors being that split switch of the feet. Keep the arms moving. And breathe. Excellent. Down to the floor. An ab exercise starting with crunches. So this one, we're going to just lift those shoulder blades up off the floor, our standard crunch here. But if you want to dial up this exercise, go into a cross crunch. So coming up and reaching for that opposite kneecap. Nice job, keep it here. And 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, back on our feet here for skips. So this can just be that kind of, again, first progression, just more of that march aspect with maybe that little push off up on the toe. Next one would just be that low skip in place. Or that next level up from here, more of a power skip where you're pushing off the ground, getting a little bit of height. So again, that basic progression, kind of getting that extra little lift off the toes, then just the low skip, then the power skip. All right, something a little different, working those outside leg muscles, a side step. So this one won't have much for progression here, but we'll hold that squat position, step out to the side, 3 to 5 steps, whatever space you have, and then 3 to 5 steps back. Big key element with this one is making sure you lead with that outside ankle bone, keeping that toe pointed forward the whole time. Three, 2, 1. Awesome. Skaters, another side-to-side one. I always like incorporating all the muscle groups in our workout. So, skaters will have just a couple progressions here at its basic level. Just more of that low side step. However, still getting that big reach, that full extension through that leg, pushing through the ground, covering some distance versus our side step is just more about shoulder width apart. That progression here is adding in that top. So getting some elevation as you go side to side. Feel free, that back leg, just put your foot down to help support you for balance. But if you can, add that element of balance in, go ahead and do so by catching yourself on one leg. All right, to the floor here. Another ab exercise. Cherry pickers. So this one, legs will be up to the ceiling. The straighter your legs, the better. And we are reaching up towards our shoelaces and releasing down. Nicely done. Squeezing those stomach muscles, abs help raise and lift those shoulder blades up off the floor. as you reach for those shoelaces. Nice job. Take that rest as you need to. We're gonna go back to the top with our butt kicker exercise and options. Alyssa, how you doing out there? If you're still here. All right. Into those butt kicks. Again, side to side, I suggest for that low impact or progression one. And then just the regular jogging motion with the heel to glute element. One. Into our lateral lunge. Excellent. Love that. Love that you're with me here. All right, into that lateral lunge. Lateral. Moving to the side. So again, stepping out, sinking down, pushing back together. Now, a little different angle here because it is very important to make note that your hips are shifting back behind you. Your chest still stays elevated, but there will be a slight forward lean, that forward angle from the hips. Ten more seconds. And again, being that this is a little more of a strength geared exercise, dumbbells or some sort of resistance is an excellent option for progression. We're gonna move into that scissors exercise, starting with progression one, or if you're up for it, just getting right into it. So as I said, to provide just a low impact option, more of that kind of step back, not really changing where the body position is, or tapping the toe. And then the scissors exercise is that equal weight distribution between both feet, kind of hopping and switching the feet back and forth. Well done. All right, to the floor here for crunches. All righty. And 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Starting with basic crunch. 4. Tapping into those obliques as well with that cross crunch as a progression. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, back on our feet here. As you may have noticed, I have my supervisor with me now. And he's just giving me the squinty eye, sitting in his cat bed. All right, into our skips. Again, I'm gonna demonstrate all 3 of them again as best I can. I know this first one might be a little hard to see what I'm doing through my foot, but again, with this skip, trying to lift and extend up on the toe as you raise the knee. Progression 2 is more of that low leg, low knee skip or power skip. Getting more hop, more jump into the skipping motion. Excellent. All right, into that side step. Maintaining that low squat position the whole time. So go ahead, lower yourself down into that low squat position. Again, more of that shoulder, just or slightly outside the shoulder step with the leg. Bring the back in underneath us. Focusing on leading with that outside ankle bone in each direction. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, into our skaters. And remember, this one is different from what we just did. This incorporates that full leg extension, pushing through the ground to push the body the other direction. So into that low position, get that push. And staying, again, progression 1, more horizontal. Swinging the arms like you're an Olympic speed skater. This next progression is adding that jump, that pop, or more technical term, a bound from left foot to right foot.
Never thought that you were like this. I took the tag off, made you priceless. I just spent $500,000 on the channel here. Now you're trying to cut me off like a light switch here. Trying to stay and I leave. Saying that you need some time to breathe.
All right, head to the floor. Exercise 8. Back to those cherry pickers.
You ain't been acting the same. You gotta go, but where your heart used to be, you go dig every day.
So legs are up, heels to the ceiling. And let's do this. Just like that crunch, squeezing those stomach muscles together, bringing that rib cage to the pelvis as you lift up and elevate yourself off the floor. Halfway through. And 2, 1. 30 seconds is yours. Conclusion of that second round. We're gonna move into our third series of exercises. So, start on the floor here with a glute bridge. A little bit of a strength exercise to lead us off. So heels into the floor. And we're gonna squeeze the glutes, raise the hips, and lower back down. Progression 1. Progression 2 will be just a glute bridge pull. So maintaining that elevated hip position the whole time, keeping the glutes nice and locked in place. Progression 3, that kind of little higher advanced level, is more of that elevated hold with the marching of the feet. Really trying to get one side to engage and fire even more than just in that two-legged holding position. Nice. All right, up on our feet here. We got some more side-to-side movement today. It's just a standard shuffle. So manage this one as you will, as you move side to side. Again, it's going to be more of a more upright side step versus that squat position. Or as its main progression here, just that little hopping step, moving side to side. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. Get out your boxing gloves. Not literally. But we're going to, just like a cardio kickboxing element here with punches. There won't be too many progressions at all with this one other than the speed element. So, in that nice relaxed position, it can be 1 and 2. 1, and just a little pause, that pace. As you're feeling good with this one, pick up the pace, increase the speed of your punches to really get that heart going. That's it. Keep the hands up, that nice kind of soft lower body position. Utilize that momentum to throw those arms forward. 2, 1. Perfect. All right. Back to a plank here. We're going to do a plank on our forearms. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So as I have you here in this plank position, just listen. With this one, I've been kind of hinting at it, that tight stomach here, but taking that rib cage, and as you squeeze those stomach muscles, shortening that gap between the bottom of your rib cage and your pelvis. That is how I teach that abdominal engagement. So that tightness, as if you're getting, a punch to the stomach. You tense up those muscles, but you also have to kind of compress that stomach area as well. All right, back up on our feet here into a reverse lunge, another strength option for us today. So, stepping back, dropping down, like so. So knee should never hit the ground as you lower down. You go as low as you can. Maximum is about 1 inch of elevation of separation between floor and knee. To elevate this one, turn this into split squat jumps. So in that kind of lunge position, but you jump and switch your legs simultaneously. 2, 1. Excellent. All right, getting the feet moving again, moving side to side. You may have guessed that. Into karaoke, or the grapevine. So, I hope you brought your dancing shoes. We're going to side to side. With this one, I'm going to start at its basic level. And I'm going to stay here to really represent the footwork. It's that over and under, over and under. Making sure you swivel the hips, allowing yourself to achieve that crossover and that cross under step. As you get comfortable with this one, you can start speeding it up. So adding that little bounce to your step as if you're kind of running in this footwork. And then the final one is adding in a high knee element during the cross movement. All right, my favorite exercise, cardio exercise, specifically for the glutes and hamstrings, is called skiers. So we're gonna start this in its basic, progression 1, with just more of just the bottom and stand up and squeeze, making sure you squeeze the glutes to bring the hip back underneath you. Arms come back, chest to the floor, hips get sent back as well to help maintain that flat back position. The next step with this one is finishing that full extension, arm swing, and lifting up on the toes. Excellent. As you lower the chest down, you should feel that stretch through the hamstrings. All right, now on the floor, exercise 8. Another little abs and floor exercise for us. Just our dead bug position. So, this position here, lifting those shoulder blades up off the floor. This can be an exercise itself, and I'm gonna call this exercise 1. And then the progression is alternating right to left. And the third progression is taking both arms and both legs into that full extended position. Again, feel free to hang here in that dead bug position or adding in that leg and arm movement. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Take a little rest. Take the time. Yes, we are past our time here, as I suspected, just based on our warm-up, our exercises. I'm going to take you through a few stretches here, since we're standing up, most likely. Let's start with one arm across the body, stretching out the back of the shoulder. So, Elisa, I really hope I'm saying your name right. I really value trying to pronounce people's names correctly, so I hope I'm saying it right. But glad you were here. Glad you enjoyed the work. I mean, I know you messaged halfway through. This is awesome. So hopefully it stayed awesome for you. All right, into a forward fold. I know my mic is right here, so I might not talk. But tuck the chin and release one vertebrae down towards the floor. Into this hanging position. We'll hold here. And then when you're ready, rotate and just twist side to side.
I don't like my mind right now. Stacking up problems that are so unnecessary. We should have to slow things down. I wanna let go, but there's comfort in the panic. And I drive myself crazy, thinking everything's about me. Yeah, I drive myself
And
crazy,
roll it back
'cause I can't
up.
skip the gravity. Why is everything so heavy?
Okay.
So much more than I can
Alrighty.
carry.
So because we're over our time here, I don't want to keep you too long. I know you can always leave as you need to, but thanks for being here. Such a nice workout. Love that we went through the progressions, or at least some of the progressions. Like I said, every exercise has little tweaks, little different ways of doing it, things you can incorporate. So there's always a myriad of progressions, but we talked about a few, and also, as the workout itself, but also as just exercises to remember for the future. So if you're doing Laura's class and there's an exercise that you might not be too comfortable with, you might remember those progressions or those other alternatives that fit your needs, in regards to like joint pain or things like that. So that is it for me. Again, it is a Friday today if you're watching it live, so happy Friday. But nonetheless, thanks for being here. Great job, everybody. Make sure you stretch throughout the day, throughout the weekend. Get some hydration, stay hydrated, and get some good calories in you. That is it for me. I'll see you guys again in my next one. Thank you. Take care.